Hello everyone, I am Assistant Professor Yasvi Shedai from Agricultural Engineering Department. In last session we learned about classification of tractor. This session we will start with power transmission system. Okay. We know that the actual power generation takes place in the engine. Okay. For example here this is the engine. Okay, so actual power is developed in the engine, then it is transferred to the clutch and finally to the gearbox. Okay, and here the transmission of the power actual takes place. Okay, so there are number of gears present in the gearbox. Okay, according to the requirements. Okay, and those and whatever the power is transmitted from the engine, that is transferred to the rear wheels, then differential unit, and finally to the PTO shaft. And PTO shaft is used to run the different stationary and mobile machineries. Okay, now let's see the next point. The transmission is a speed reducing mechanism equipped with several gears. Okay, in transmission system, according to the condition there is a speed reduction. Okay, and that can be done with the help of the different types of gears. Okay, then it may be also called as the sequence of gears, shafts through which engine power is transmitted to the tractor wheels. Okay, so whatever the power generated in the engine, that is transferred to the gearbox, and by using the gears and shafts, that power is transferred to the tractor wheels. Okay, now this system consists of various devices that cause the forward and backward movement of the tractor to suit the different field condition. Okay, the tractor consists of different types of devices. For example, final drive. Okay, we will discuss about later. Then the complete path of the power from the engine to the wheel is called as power train. Okay, this is important sentence. The complete path of the power from the engine to the wheels is called as power train. Okay, then let's see what are the functions of the power transmission system. Okay, first function is that to transfer the power from the engine to the rear wheels of the tractor. Okay, so this is first function. After that, to make the reduced speed available to the rear wheels of the tractor. Now the next function, to alter the ratio of wheel speed and engine speed in order to suit the field conditions. Okay, so sometimes there is a requirement of alternation of ratio of wheel speed and engine speed according to the field conditions. Okay, the next function, to transmit the power through the right angle drive, because the crankshaft and rear axles are normally at right angles to each other. You know that the main function of the power transmission system is to transfer the power to the rear axles. Okay, this is the crankshaft which is right angle to this rear axle. Okay, this axle is called as rear axle and here is the crankshaft. Okay, now the power transmission system consists of clutch, then transmission gears, means gears which are present in the gearbox, then differential unit, then final drive, rear axle, rear wheels. Okay, the combination of all these components is responsible for the transmission of power. Okay, so all these components comes under the power transmission system. Okay, now let's know about clutch. Okay, what is meant by clutch? Clutch is a device used to connect and disconnect the tractor engine from the transmission gears and drive wheels. Okay, then the clutch transmits the power by means of friction between the driving members, that is flywheel, and the driven members, that is pressure plate. Okay, after that, what is the necessity of clutch in a tractor? Clutch in a tractor is essential for the following reason. So let's see the first. Engine needs cranking. Okay, means to start the engine there is the turning of crankshaft is required. Okay, so by using the suitable device, so for easy cranking the engine is disconnected from the rest of the transmission unit by a suitable clutch. After starting the engine, the clutch is engaged to transmit the power from the engine to the gearbox. Okay, after that, what is the second need? In order to change the gears, okay, the gearbox must be kept free from the engine power, otherwise the gear teeth will get damaged and engagement of the gear will not be perfect. Okay, so while changing the gears, the disengagement of the clutch should be required, okay, from the engine. Okay, the next necessity is that when the belt pulley of the tractor works in the field, it needs to be stopped without stopping the engine. Okay, when we use only the engine power to run the different types of stationary machines, in that case we need to disconnect the clutch. Okay, and this is the whole this process is done by the clutch. Okay, now essential features of good clutch. Okay, so first, it should have the good ability to taking the load without dragging and chattering. Okay, then second feature should be it should have higher capacity to transmit the maximum power without slipping. Then friction surface should be highly resistant to the heat effect. Okay, then after that, last feature, the control by the hand lever or pedal lever should be easy. Okay, now there are three types of clutches. So first, that is friction clutch, then dog clutch, and last one, that is fluid coupling. Okay, friction clutch is the most popular in four-wheel tractors, and fluid clutch is also used in some tractors in these days. Okay, and dog clutch is mostly used in power tiller. This is important. Dog clutch is used in power tillers. Okay, then again friction clutch may be divided into three classes. So first one, that is single plate clutch. Okay, then second one, multiple plate clutch, and last one, that is cone clutch. Okay, now let's see the single plate clutch. It consists of pressure plate, clutch plate, springs, and release fingers. Okay, so here is the pressure plate, this is the clutch pedal. Okay, this is the here is the frictional material. Okay, then this is the actual clutch plate, this is the flywheel, here is the crankshaft, and here is the springs are available. Okay, then there is only one clutch plate in this type, so it is called a single clutch plate type. Okay, then the clutch plate pressed against the flywheel of the engine by means of springs loaded with pressure plate. Okay, when the clutch is pressed against the flywheel, then what will happen? When the pedal of the clutch is depressed, the pressure plate is pushed back by the released fingers, and this releases the pressure plate from the clutch plate. Okay, so after that, then the clutch plate stops rotating, but the flywheel continues to rotate. Okay, and when the clutch pedal is released, then the pressure plate forces the clutch plate against the flywheel to cause the clutch plate and flywheel to turn together as one unit. Okay, after that, the power of the engine goes to the gearbox for onward transmission to the rear wheels. Okay, I will send a link regarding to the single clutch plate, then you will get the better idea. Okay, after that, gearbox. Okay, gearbox, a tractor engine at a high speed, but the rear wheels of the tractor requires power at a low speed and high torque. Okay, and that speed reduction, that function is done by the gearbox. Okay, now that's why it becomes essential to reduce the engine speed and increase the torque available at the rear wheels of the tractor. Okay, if the engine HP is constant, it is obvious that for the higher torque at the wheels, low speed is required. Okay, it means there is a relation between torque and wheels, that is the torque and speed, that is the indirect relationship. Okay, when there is higher torque is required, then there should be low speed. Okay, or we can say that at low speed there will be higher torque. Okay, so the gearbox is fitted between the engine and rear wheel for variable torque and speeds. Okay, and this is done by the suitable design of the gear and shafts, and after that the speed varies according to the field requirements, and so a number of gear ratios are provided to suit the varying conditions. Okay, then gears are usually made up of alloy steel, and SAE 90 oil is generally recommended for the gearbox. Okay, and common gears used on the tractors are the two types. First one, that is, gearboxes are two types of the tractor. So first one, that is selective sliding type, and then constant mesh type. Okay, now let's see the first type of gearbox, that is selective sliding type. The gearbox consists of gear housing, then gear shifting lever, main shaft or input shaft, then output shaft, after that lay shaft or counter shaft. Okay, this is the diagram of sliding mesh type gear. Okay, this is the output shaft, this one is the input shaft, and this shaft is counter shaft. Okay, and here are the forks, then this is the lever, etc. Now most of the indigenous tractors are fitted with the sliding type gearbox. The main shaft is directly connected to the clutch which carries the gears, and the gears are liable to slide. Okay, and the gears on the lay shaft are stationary. Okay, the gear on this lay shaft are stationary or on counter shaft. Okay, then the gears are shifted with the help of shifting lever and shifting forks. Okay, here is the shifting forks. Okay, and this is the shifting lever. After that the gears are shifted along the shaft to which they are splined to engage with another gear as and when desired to connect the powertrain. Okay, when we move the gear from move the shifting lever, then according to the condition the gears disengage engage with respective gears which are present on the counter shaft or lay shaft. Okay, then the gears are of different diameters having the different number of teeth. Okay, because when we shift the gear from 1 to 4, okay, so it means there is an increase in speed. So according to the speed there are the different diameters of the gears, the number of teeth. Okay, then speed is reduced in proportion to the number of teeth provided on the gears. Okay, so speed reduction is depends upon the what is the diameter of that gear, then how many teeth are present over. Okay, then what are the disadvantages of the sliding mesh type of gearbox? Noisy gear shifting, then chances of breaking of gear teeth. Okay, now the next type of gearbox, that is constant mesh gearbox. Okay, in earlier type of gearbox there are the gears which are present on the input shaft and output shaft, those only are in motion. Okay, and those gear which are present on the lay shaft are or counter shaft, those are stationary. Okay, in this case constant mesh type gearbox, the gears are helical in shape. Okay, and then the transmission is put into the operation by the engagement of the shifting couplings which slide along the splines on the counter shaft and the output shaft of the gearbox. There are the couplings which helps the engagement and disengagement of the gears which are present on the input or output shaft and on the lay shaft. Okay, then last type, that is synchron mesh gearbox. It is basically a constant mesh transmission gearbox with an extra device called as a synchronizer. Okay, so synchronizing means to happen at the same time, and this type of the device which equalize the speed of mating parts before the engage. Okay, and this is very common system in automobiles and it is very rarely used on the tractors. Okay, this type of the transmission is suitable for the changing the speeds when the tractor is moving, and the synchronizing device synchronize the speed of the two gear shafts before changing the appropriate gear. Okay, I will send the links of this all these three types of gears. Okay, so video link. Okay, so you will get the better idea about this. Okay, so we will stop here. So thank you for listening.